A plan to cap the price of coal to drive down power prices may soon come into effect in New South Wales. Julia Bradley is live from New South Wales Parliament. Julia, amendments have passed the lower house now?
That's right, Kenny. So the New South Wales lower house has just approved amendments to current energy legislation that would see the government being able to force coal companies to cap the price of coal at $125 a tonne. Now, this is all following on from what has been introduced federally under the Albanese government as part of a plan to drive down power prices for consumers. Dominic Perrottet has said that while this is an extraordinary step, it is a temporary measure. It would end in June of 2024. We saw bipartisan support for this in the lower house today, with opposition leader Chris Minns saying that this is an essential measure in order to cap soaring power prices.
It is important that the measures may be put in place long enough to ensure the benefits flow through to people and businesses in New South Wales. They are, however, extraordinary measures which should not be in place for any longer than they are necessary.
We have said repeatedly that we offer bipartisan support for this important legislation. I think it would be a wonderful opportunity for the Premier of this state to publicly announce the end of asset recycling, privatisation, the golden key, whatever he wants to call it, that has undoubtedly put upward pressure on energy prices for businesses, communities and families right across New South Wales.
So that amendment will now go to the upper house to be debated. And what we've seen here, Kenny, is essentially a horse trade between New South Wales and the federal government. New South Wales offering its support for this coal price cap in exchange for federal investment in renewable energy projects. So set to be announced within the hour is this joint agreement that's been struck between New South Wales and the federal government. Investment of nearly $8 billion into connecting renewable energy zone projects up to the national electricity grid. And this is all about creating a more reliable energy system in New South Wales.
Well, despite the bipartisan support that we've seen around this issue, energy is looking like it's going to be a major battleground at the New South Wales election.
Absolutely, Kenny. So this morning we saw Chris Minns, the opposition leader, come out really firmly saying that he wants to put an end to the privatisation of energy assets in New South Wales, hinting that he may go down a similar path to what we saw in Victoria recently, with Daniel Andrews, the Victorian Premier, promising to put energy back into public hands with the establishment of the State Electricity Commission. Chris Minns hinting that we could see a similar proposal from New South Wales Labor in the lead up to our state election in March.
I'm not going to go through Dan Andrews' policy. He's establishing a new energy utility in Victoria to put downward pressure on energy prices. We're looking at options like that too.
Chris Minns has also said today that he would like to set up an energy reservation policy, which we see in Western Australia at the moment. Chris Minns also using this special sitting of Parliament today in New South Wales to draw attention to rental affordability, saying that something needs to be done to bring down the cost of rent. This, of course, an emergency sitting of Parliament. Parliament wasn't expected to sit before that March state election, but the New South Wales Premier recalled parliamentarians in order to consider this crucial energy legislation. Kenny?
Appreciate it, Julia. Thank you.